Welcome to the live stream today, and hope you guys are having a great day here on a hot July afternoon here in Indiana. So I'm Beth Aubrey, the founder of Elevate Ag, Peer Innovation Network, and the founder of what I want to talk to you about today, the Ag Lead Short Course. So this is live on Facebook. We're also recording this on Zoom, so if this interests you, I can get you this video later. But I'm doing this live session with everybody today to talk to you a little bit about a program that I've developed, and it launches next week. So it goes live to join this program next week. It's called the Ag Lead Short Course. So I actually have a few little slides here. I wanted to just walk you through what is this short course, how does it work, what's involved, and why would my business, either my farm or my agribusiness, potentially be a good fit. So what we have here is this is a paid program. So this is a 6-month, all virtual coaching program aimed at young and emerging managers on the farm or in agribusiness to get you the management skills that you need that you may not have, and you may not have time or opportunity to get somewhere else. So many of you know, we're all here on my personal page, so a lot of you are personal friends. Many of you know that I have been working in the agribusiness space for all of my career. I started out as an ag sales rep myself, but I've worked with growers, with big companies, as well as farms, and kind of connecting the conversation in between. I also lead a lot of farmer peer groups. One of the things I'm hearing is this, and so I'm just going to get right into it today because we're just going to do a quick 10-20 minute session about this program. And again, you can join it starting next week. I'll tell you about that in a couple minutes. So one of the things that I see with, especially on farm, is organizations don't have a clear path forward with new employees. You know, for example, new grads return to the farm, ready to go, an agronomy degree, some other kind of sci degree, they're ready to go, but they don't have management experience or training, right? I mean, how would you have that if you're brand new to the organization, you just got out of college or technical school? You don't. But I also find that the very first thing that often happens to these grads is mom, dad, the boss, whoever it is, really happily turns over that personnel management. So delegating schedules, hiring, firing, onboarding, managing meetings, employee conflict, working with leaders at the farm or the business who are a lot older than them and have maybe been in there for a long time trying to figure out that dynamic. All this stuff doesn't lead a really good path forward. It also really leads to overwhelm for new leaders. So you've got to have some kind of way to get the training and experience you need in order to help that all work out. Get the overwhelm done, build a good management portfolio. I mean, if you don't know how to manage people, it's a skill, but you've got to take the time to do it. And that's what this course is about. So the other thing I see that is part of this course and why I created it is knowledge about business aspects, the accounting, the bookkeeping, ordering, seed or livestock, billing, relationships with lenders, etc., is often held by the senior member of the business, whoever that is. Well, without a really conscious transition, someone gets sick, someone gets hurt, we have a crisis like COVID where people can't get together, and suddenly you don't really have a new path to take that responsibility forward. That's got to be done on a conscious basis, set up, executed, people getting into the roles. And we're not going to cover succession planning per se in this course. That may be another one for another time. What we're going to talk about, though, is how to train those emerging leaders and young managers to take on some of these things, okay? So that's really my goal for the course, why I've created it. Let me tell you about it. And again, if you want more of this information, you can find it on my website, sarahbethaubrey.com. But here's what it is. I call it a short course because it's just a 6-month program. So you're going to start in July. You'll be done by January. It is really a monthly format. So even though it is every month, and I know you've got harvest, I know you've got calving, things like that, it's going to fit into your schedule. We're going to do monthly because it's all virtual. That's how we're meeting right now, and that's what you need to fit training, knowledge, discussion into your busy calendar. So it's all virtual. You won't have any travel days. You won't have any hotel rooms or expenses. You're also going to have peers in the room. So this is not just a video training where I'm talking and no one's there. So it will be meeting rooms where we see each other, and you'll have live interaction on video with the other members of the course. You will also have a private Facebook group where you can email and chat with each other. You can take those conversations offline. Now you've got new friends and peers. You can take them with you, of course, after the program. So the assignments I'm going to give you are going to be short, concise, actionable. We're going to have things that are ready to go as soon as you leave that class that day. So you have 2 events a month. One is a video meeting. I will always do a topic, and I'll cover those in a second. And then the other one is more of a live group chat, kind of a Q&A call where you will bring your real life scenarios to the conversation, and we'll try to figure out how to solve those with you peer to peer. I know you're gonna love that part. That's the best piece, really gives you the action steps. So here's a little bit about me. I have been in this business for almost 20 years. I'm a certified executive coach through 2 different certifying bodies, including International Coaching Federation. And I've really just done change management and connecting the conversation between producers and suppliers my whole career. And I work a lot with growers because I lead farmer peer groups, build them with my own group, Elevate Ag, and for other companies as well. So I realized that while those are great experiences, sometimes we need a combination of training, discussion, peer network, coaching, like all of that together makes a really well-rounded approach. That's what this program called Ag Lead Short Course is going to do. If you have questions, a few of you are live, thanks for watching today. You can actually type them in the chat box, and you can email us to learn more. We could talk with you on the phone or exchange some email, info@sarahbethaubrey.com. Okay, what do you do to get started if you want to learn more? Besides this video, we have a short wait list. Now that lasts till Monday. You want to get on this because you will get the first email when the cart opens on Tuesday the 14th, and you will get the emails that opens. We also send out special bonuses, such as we're going to mail you a copy of our book. There's going to be a few different pieces of training material that you'll get sent out in advance if you're on the wait list. So you want to get those pieces. You don't have to sign up for the program if you're on the wait list. Of course, we'd love for you to join us, but you aren't guaranteeing that you're going to be in it. No credit cards being taken at that point. So just join us on the wait list, get a few of our free informational pieces, and next week you can decide if you want to join. So then we will be going live. So that happens, I think I've got my dates up here next. Yes, I do. So that happens on July 14th. The cart's open for 2 days, the 14th through the 16th. We do that because we've got to have a time frame for people to decide. This is a cohort. You'll keep the same members, almost like a class, which makes it really great for the peer interaction. You'll keep the same group from start to finish. So the cart isn't going to be open all year to let other people come in and out. That would really be distracting to what we're trying to accomplish, which is management skills for your business. So cart's open the 14th, closes the 16th. You have to join during that time to get started with this cohort. If you don't, it's too late. We can't do something after that. We're going to kick it off. The very next week, July 22nd, you'll get all this information via email as soon as you join. And we will have our first informational kind of, welcome, here's how it's going to work, get together, that kind of call. And then our monthly 2 times a month, all virtual, activities will begin in mid-August. And you'll get a calendar of events. You'll get the logins. How do you get started? How do you set yourself up? If you need help, we'll provide that tech support, not a problem. So remember, if you want to participate in the virtual Ag Lead short course that I'm hosting starting in July through January, 6-month program, you've got to sign up the 14th through the 16th. Okay, but let's talk real quickly before I go. What are we going to cover? This is very important. If you want to learn more about any of these, just send us an email, info@sarahbethaubrey, or ask some questions. Here are our modules. And what I do with this is I have a set topic that I know you need. Each month, I will teach on it in that first live session. Of course, they'll be recorded. I mean, if you can't make it, that's okay. Live is great because we can talk, but if you can't, you're going to get your training session recorded, sent to you in an email right after that. We'll also post that recording in your private group. So we have 6 modules we will cover. These are our core topics. Then in our second half of the month, each month, we will cover whatever you guys want to talk about. So you'll bring your own questions, scenarios. I've got this problem. I've got this conflict. I'm trying to set up this meeting schedule. What do you think about it? And we'll basically do some live over video and phone. You can join either way. Okay, if you're on the tractor and you've got to do phone that day, that's fine. We'll still have that option for you. They'll be on Zoom. Okay, here's our modules. I want to share them with you. August, we're going to talk about effective influence and how to communicate your value, particularly setting you up to really work to communicate your value, your message, and be effective with people, especially across generations. Okay, September, we will talk about efficient meetings and time management. Yes, in season. No, we do not take off the planting and harvest seasons. Why? Because you don't take off personnel management during those times. In fact, a lot of times it gets worse. So we want you to keep working. These are virtual. Take them on the road. Listen to them later. But we want you to keep working during your busy seasons because that allows you to really get the chance to change and to quickly handle conflict and to quickly implement a new strategy that's not hard, but you just needed the time and space to think about it and put it into play. So in September, we're going to do efficient meetings and time management in season. How to do those, how to maximize those, and we're going to take your questions on how you run those and get some ideas. October, conflict resolution. And we will talk quick conflict resolution strategies. So some problems are small, but they fester and grow big. But if you had managed them quickly, effectively, professionally up front, they could have been over and done with in 30 minutes to an hour. That's what we're going to cover. We aren't going to spend the time on the deep-seated big issues that affect a lot of farm families. That's another call for another day. But those small, creeping, nagging things that come up, disagreements, those kind of stuff, we're going to come up with strategies for you to do that, and you're going to feel a lot better at diffusing that stuff with everybody in the operation. November, we're going to spend 2 months, November and December, on building your team. So, part 1, how to get started, job descriptions, determining roles. One of the things I find in ag is we give people jobs, but we never give people roles. Do you know what I mean is the difference? The difference is a job is a set of tasks. But a role is more of an umbrella concept of what this person's value is to the business or the farm, and what their functions should include, and what they are responsible for, and how you can build that performance evaluation and success paths and correct problems when all you do is say, here's a job, go do it. You don't give any room for that. So it's really important to improve that process, or probably for some of you, implement it for the first time ever. So that also is one of the biggest conflict resolution strategies, is having really clear roles for everybody, from the CEO down to someone who's seasonal part-time. That stuff can keep conflict at bay amazingly well. So I really want to hone in on it. December, we will then move into some of the second tier of that. We'll talk more about onboarding new people, how to professionally do that. We'll talk about setting some performance metrics, how you can do those, and surprising things that you can have as a performance metric. And we'll talk about how you can motivate people. Yes, you can. Some people you think charismatic, big personality, they motivate people. Yeah, that's fine, but every personality, every style of leader can do a great job of motivating others. They just have to know how and use their own style at doing it. So we'll talk about that in December. And then finally, we'll get to January. And sadly, our group will close, but we won't close without leaving you a performance plan for the next year. It's going to be what I call what it means to lead. Where do you go from here? What's open for you to still work on and you need to develop? What have you accomplished in the last 6 months that's really working and implementing? What do you need to keep doing? So we'll help you then basically, not only is the course going to be done, but we'll set you up for continued training and learning by being a part. So hopefully that helps you out. I am going to give you the pricing today. So this is a paid program. You know, I offer you guys a lot of free stuff. I also offer paid stuff. It just kind of depends on how ready you are to get better. You know, a free quick webinar is great, but it's not systemic learning over time. If you're ready to say, I've got the time, we're not traveling anyway, it's virtual, it's convenient, I need to get better at my job, I probably better commit, this is the way to do it. It's to join a program where you're actually, every month, we're helping you and we're holding you accountable. So our price, you will go online, sarahbethaubrey.com, we'll have links, all of that good stuff. You will pay in full at $3.99 a month, so the full price is $23.94. I know it's kind of a funny number, but $2,394, which equates out to $3.99 a month. Or if monthly payments are better, that's totally fine. You'll do the first month at $478 and 5 payments of $478. So it's a little bit more to do the monthly, but obviously if that's easier for you, if that gets you in the program, then that's the best way to do it. We don't care. So the idea here, our value is 6 months together, but in a convenient way that you will never feel inconvenienced. that you will always have access to me and the other guest trainers that I bring in that we aren't even going to talk about until then. So that's a secret for you. After you join, you'll know. Ag-minded coaching training. This is completely different than a course you've taken at a university, completely different than a program that your association has offered. It's convenient, modern training, and it's for you. So I hope that you will join us in this program. The idea behind this is that you build a better business. You know, COVID-19 has changed us. Commodity prices have changed us. The fact that many growers are aging out of the business and acres are changing. So you got to change too. And the most important way to do that is to manage your business well, the people well, your own time well, the organization. If you need those skills and you want to do that in a convenient, modern way and work with someone who's worked on this for many operations over the last 20 years, would you join me in the Ag Lead short course? It opens on July 14th, closes on the 16th, and we'll get started right away. So send me your questions, type them in, or send them to info@SarahBethAubrey. And you can also go right now to sarahbethaubrey.com, join the waitlist, and you'll get an email with a direct link to the cart so you won't even have to remember. So I'd love for you to join me. Make this the year that you take the reins and make your operation the best that it can be. Thanks so much for being on with me today, and I look forward to having you part of the Ag Lead short course.